Hey you guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if not, then welcome back. We're gonna be talking about the new Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, which is called the Icy Nude. I did a short showing it, but now it's when I'm finally gonna sit down and review it, do some swatches, and share that with you guys. So this is what the palette looks like. I haven't even touched it yet because I wanted to show it just how it came. And last year she came out with the Grudge, or the Pretty Grunge eyeshadow palette. I'm going to put it side by side to compare. I know some of you asked through messages to compare them. I'm not going to swatch them and show like a side by side swatch comparison, but I will do a side by side eyeshadow comparison so you can see how different they are. The Grudge palette is a little bit more warm toned than this new one, but it does have the pinks and the browns and the shimmers, which I love. This palette, the Pretty Grunge palette, was launched last year around December. I loved it. I use it a lot. I'm still using it a lot, and when she announced she was coming out with a new palette, I was really excited, and that's why I picked it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swatch the new palette. I'm going to do swatches in my arm and share that with you one by one so you can see them up close. Alright, so here are the shades. We're going to start with my wrist. That is called Iced Out. Then we're followed by High Life, which is a matte. Followed by Platinum. We're moving on for two mattes, Unapologetic and Faux Fur. Then we have a Gold Standards. We have another matte, Avalanche, Aurora, VVS, which was a little bit grummy. Then we have more mattes. We have Poised, She Rich, Cold Plunge, IDGAF. Then we have Bling. Turn up, move my arm. Bling, which is a little bit, it's like a glitter. Then we have Oneself, Diamond Dew. And the last two are mattes, Lavish and First Class. So some of these shadows do have fallout, especially the glitter and the more the metallics ones. So I'm going to be very careful, and I'm going to clean my arm off because I know it's going to go everywhere. And I'm going to be careful with my makeup application because I already have my skin done, my face is done. I already have eyeshadow and concealer on and some blush. And I know that some people like to do shadows first and then their face. I prefer to do it in this order. So I'll be very careful, and then I'll just swipe off if there's any fallout. But first things first, I'm gonna swipe all this off. What I want to do, I want to work with some other browns, and I'm gonna leave the grays and the pinks for another look. So I'm gonna try to concentrate on probably at this half of the palette. Let's see, I'm gonna try to use as most as I can. I have two of my, well, it's my favorite, one of my favorite brushes for eyeshadow, but I have two of them. It's the Eastman Cosmetics number 34, and I'm going to be using both. So I'm going to start with the base as always. I'm going to start with this color, or this shade called Lavish, and I'm going to put it all over the lid. It has a little bit of pink in there. Okay, I have that now over the lid. I'm going to use for now, for a second, the Eastman Cosmetics V27, which is more a flat, compact brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade called Faux Fur. It's a beautiful chocolate. I'm going to use this, as you might guess, to put it on the outer half of the eyelid. So I'm going to pack it in. I'm going to start slow, and then I'll fluff it out with the other brush. I'm just going really slowly and being very careful because I don't want to fall out on my face. And if there is some, at least be minimal. So I make sure I go into the crease and a little bit higher than the brow bone. And I'm going to go back with the Eastman Cosmetics V34 brush and fluff out the edges. I'm not in love with the way it's coming out. Let me see what else I could do. Maybe try again with the B34 brush, but I'm gonna try the shade Unapologetic. Maybe this shade will blend out better, or maybe it's the brush, or maybe it's just me. So I'm just gonna go and try to blend here in the crease area. Okay, this one's coming out a little bit better. There is some fallout, but I'll clean it off at the end. I'll fluff it out with a clean brush instead of trying to do it now, because it's probably gonna smear all over. So I'll leave it for the end. And again, I'm going slow, and I'll build it up as I go. Okay, I'm liking this more, this shade better from what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm gonna use now the clean brush, and I'm gonna cross the border here, and I'm gonna use this shade. It's called Highlight, and I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna use that to fluff out the edges here, just to lighten up this area. And then with a smaller brush, the the reference number 03, I'm gonna go in with first Highlight and then Unapologetic at the edge, and I'm gonna use this for the waterline area. This shade has like a little bit of red in it, which is not something I like usually, but it doesn't look bad. Like after I apply it, I like how it contrasts with my eyes, which are like hazel greenish. I'm gonna go now and I'll try this color called She Rich, and I'm going to apply it on the upper lid, and it's gonna be like a eyeliner. Maybe I should leave it for the end because I'm gonna apply some shimmer, but I'll go back and reapply more. I'm gonna get just any clean fluffy brush, and I'm gonna swipe off the fallout. Alright, now I'm gonna go with my finger, and I'm gonna go, let me see, which one should I use? I don't want to use this one today because it's pretty grummy. You see how it's like very grummy. So I think I'm gonna go with this icy shade, Platinum. I think it's gonna look good with this shade, because in other circumstances I'll probably use a gold. This one on the edge is beautiful, but I think the icy cold, the platinum shade is gonna look better with the other shadows. It has some pink or like red undertone. Not the shimmer, I mean the rest of the shadows have a little bit of red, purple in it, and I think it's gonna look better with a silver shimmer, which is gorgeous, by the way. It's really pretty. There's a shade Aurora. I think I'm gonna apply it here in the middle. Beautiful pink shimmer. I'm gonna pick up that brush again and blend the middle here. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, and it's gonna look really nice with the shimmer here. Really pretty. I'm gonna go back with that dark chocolate and go back here to the eyeliner area. Alright, so I'm done with my eyes. I'm gonna put on some mascara, finish with highlight and lipstick, and then I'm gonna come back for my final thoughts. Okay, so I finished applying mascara, some highlight and lipstick, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. The eyeshadow palette is beautiful in person, on pictures too, but online it looks beautiful, but in person it does look beautiful. I am not a fan of some of these shadows. Like, I didn't like the way Full Flare applied or blended, and I'm not a fan of this shade because it's really grummy, so I gotta be careful with that if I ever use it. But the rest are really pretty. Now, and some people asked me to compare it to the Pretty Grudge. I didn't do side-by-side swatches, but I'm gonna tell you that I like this palette better. It doesn't have as much fallout, and the shadows blended better, but it does have that, now that I saw it, I remembered, it does have that grummy, that really crumbly shadow, which I don't use a lot because it tends to get into my eyes. I guess if you use a pencil with like a setting spray and you apply it very softly, then it works like that, but I don't tend to do that, so it doesn't work for me. But everything else, I think this eyeshadow palette is beautiful. It is worth it. Maybe by the time I have this video up in YouTube, I don't know, the Sephora sale will be done already. I'm not sure when I'll be able to upload it, but you probably get it in a future sale or something, or you want to get it right away because it's not really that expensive. I think it's $69, which is pretty good for eyeshadow palette of this size. I think it's around that area. I'm not sure the price, but I do like it. It is beautiful. It's something worth having in your collection if you don't have shadows of this same color range or same tones, and this is probably a perfect palette for you now. This is my look for today. That's all I have for you now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave links of everything that I have on my face right now, including the palette, down below in the description box as always. Thank you so much for being here, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.